I was happy that we were able to secure a number of important projects in St. Johns County, and that we're looking forward to seeing some state resources come and help with some of the important issues that we're facing here.
State Representative Sam Greco says the budget is finalized.
Greco says more than 36 different appropriations for St. Johns County made it into the budget.
We were able to secure funding for a large project for the city of St. Augustine out on Anastasia Island. Includes resiliency, public safety, and traffic control. We were also able to get funding for a number of programs in the area like St. Augustine Boys and Girls Club, Canines for Warriors, the Epic Behavioral Health, Trinity Rescue, St. Augustine Youth Services. We were happy to be able to get that funding back to the county. 12
of the appropriations are for transportation-related projects throughout the county, including $386 million for interstate highway construction. And in other news, the St. Johns County Council on Aging will begin operating a weekends-only free shuttle to Volano Beach. The temporary shuttle will run from 10 to 4 between the St. Johns County Health and Human Services building on San Sebastian Way and the Sunshine bus stop near the Volano Beach Town Center Publix. The shuttle will be available through July 27th. I'm Daryl Moody reporting.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
Our residents do not appreciate it when land is cleared and then nothing is built for years. That's not what they want.
Commissioner Ann Taylor weighed in as the board debated further exploration of possible ordinances enhancing tree protections.
A possible ordinance that would prevent land clearing far in advance of construction. Commissioner Christian Whitehurst.
I don't think that's my job to decide when they can and can't do that. If they have a right to clear their trees, I don't really care when they clear the trees. I don't want to create another rule what somebody can and can't do with their property because we don't like the way it looks.
Commissioner Joseph.
It's not the way it looks. I'll give you every name of the Dolphin Cove people who were having a barbecue, and on July 4th, someone started clearing, and it's still sitting there 4 years later. It does not make sense at all, and it has nothing to do with looks. It's getting rid of all the habitat of the animals. It's creating mud and flooding. I mean, there's just no reason.
Residents voiced support for the idea.
When you have mud, and you have people who are being flooded out of their homes. That is a public nuisance.
I can take you to several properties on 207 that have been vacant for years. If you're not going to develop it, leave it natural.
What was really most devastating for the people in Dolphin Cove, this wide open, cleared land was like a dust bowl, and it was blowing into their pools. It was blowing onto the sides of their homes, and they would contact Gate and they'd say, can you just do some power washing? Can you just help us clean up? Nope. Gate didn't do anything, and they were living with mud in their pools and everywhere on their property.
Whitehurst argued there's already protections in place.
If dust blows from one property onto another property, that is already a violation of this 5-pound book.
He voted against further discussion of the topic. Commissioner Sarah Arnold also voted against it without comment. Murphy, Taylor, and Joseph were yes votes, and it will be brought back for discussion next month. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
The weekend is here and there's plenty of family fun to be had in St. Johns County. This is Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids.
Join Little Leaders of St. Augustine for a beach cleanup tomorrow morning. Help give back to our beautiful community with a morning of service, sweet treats, and sunshine. Gloves, bags, and Dunkin' Mini Donuts provided. Let your mini builder shine at Lowe's free DIYU Kids Workshop. Kids will create their very own door knocker at this hands-on event. Surf's up at Storytime in the Garden. Join the Leitner Museum and special guest Nicole Miller for a fun, science-filled morning featuring Learn from Earth all about surf, plus a hands-on experiment and craft for kids ages 3 to 6. Join the local refilleries Hope and High Tea for sweet treats, raffles, and a heartwarming fundraiser for a deaf basketball Olympian's Olympic dreams. For more on these events and others, please visit us on our website at fun4augiekids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.